During his last trip to Sydney, Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, held a dinner for a small group of Australia's tech billionaires behind closed doors. On the menu were the pandemic, vaccines, and a suggestion that they give away more of their mind-boggling wealth. Atlassian co-founder Scott Farquhar and his wife Kim Jackson, a former investment banker, were there, as well as fellow Atlassian co-founder Mike Cannon-Brookes, Canva co-founders Mel Perkins and Cliff Obricht, and the company's chief product officer Cameron Adams and his wife Lisa Miller, who are often forgotten as the third co-founder. Daniel Petre, a partner emeritus at VC firm Airtree, and MyOb founder Craig Winkler and his wife Dee Winkler, who are known as an unassuming power couple on Australia's philanthropic circuit, rounded out the list of VIP guests. Those at the table controlled more than $200 billion between them. Gates, who is the fourth richest person in the world and the most generous person, gave away $170 billion, $117 billion of that amount. He got the Australians together to talk about the health of philanthropy in their country, with a focus on the work of the new tech billionaires at the top of this masthead's rich list. Philanthropists in Australia give less than people in other similar countries. According to a 2021 report by Philanthropy Australia, the total amount of philanthropic and charitable giving in the country is about 0.8% of GDP. That's less than the UK, Canada, New Zealand, and the US, which has the highest GDP at 2.1%. Veterans of big philanthropy say that this country doesn't need people like Bezos and Bloomberg who write huge checks to build playgrounds and hospital wings because taxes are high and the safety net is strong. Still, Gates was there to give the tech elite a wake-up call. He told them how to set up their giving to do the most good with each dollar. He talked about what the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is doing to help get rid of diseases like polio and malaria in developing countries. He also talked about the pandemic and why mRNA vaccines are important for fighting future plagues. Did Bill Gates give billionaires a secret talk about vaccines? Those crazy people were right. As you might expect at an awkward dinner party, Gates also wanted to hear from the people in the room. He asked each person to talk about the charitable work they had done in their own lives. For example, the Winklers talked about the work of the Aguilar Trust, which gives more than $100 million a year to many different causes, such as helping people with disabilities, helping First Nations groups, and working on climate change. It's more than some people at the table can say. The three Canva billionaires set up the Canva Foundation in 2020 and later said they planned to give away a big chunk of their personal stakes in the company, which was once worth $40 billion. Many people said that they could become Australia's biggest givers, surpassing the foundation set up by the late Paul Ramsay, which gives away more than $140 million each year. The paperwork shows, though, that it's not even close. The Canva Foundation's annual report for 2022 was sent to the charity regulator last month. It showed that the foundation gave out just $15 million in grants last year, with the biggest donation going to Give Directly in Malawi for $10 million. According to the numbers gathered by JB were philanthropic services for this masthead, that would put it outside of the top 10 givers in Australia. This week, Obricht talked about how hard it is to give money away. Who could blame Canva's founders? Investors continue to write down its value as they wake up from the fever dream of zero interest rates that led to the creation of the Photoshop-like company. Even though the first year of their foundation was a bad one, Cliff and Mel are still in Gates' good graces. In 2021, they joined Bill Gates' Giving Pledge, in which the world's wealthiest people promised to give away most of their money to good causes. Warren Buffett of Berkshire Hathaway is also a signatory. He likes Diet Coke and sometimes plays bridge with Bill Gates. Only two other Australians, Andrew Forrest of Fortescue and 98-year-old aristocrat tycoon Len Ainsworth, are also on the list. Who knew that the rest of our billionaires were such cheapskates?